Printworks, your local printing experts.
It's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 101.9, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and Big G TV.
We're back here on the Coach's Show, brought to you by Craig's Tax Service, specializing in personal and business tax preparation, financials, and bookkeeping services. Find out more at CraigsTaxService.com. Omar Smith, the head coach of the Smyrna Bulldogs, with us this morning. And, boy, this time of the year, it's never ending, is it?
It's not. It's constant. It's a constant grind.
Between practice and this is coming up, and then you've got film sessions and breaking down and putting together. I mean, these are long hours.
Oh yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. You gotta be ready to work. Like I said, and on top of teaching responsibilities, it's a lot of work going on. But it's what we signed up for. So
yeah, we were doing some of the girls' games last night, and I'm amazed at how many spring sports offerings there are now for girls and for boys too. And so you've got players on basketball that are also trying to split some time and at least get some practice in and things. So I mean it's kind of a tough time for the athletes too.
Right. We've got one that plays baseball. We've got 2 or 3 that play football, so they're about to get started with spring workouts coming up. So I walked out of the gym last night after practice. The flag football team's getting ready to play. Track's practicing. There's a lot going on. So, yeah. It's busy.
It is. It's a busy time. So there's the point about that is, kids are being pulled in a lot of different directions too. And, you're trying to buckle down and, get grades where they're supposed to be and get ready for those tests, the testing coming up. Yep. So it can be a tough time. I asked Michael this, and so I want to ask you the same question about playing district tournament. I know there was a lot of conversation going into this year with 2 4-team districts. Do we do a district tournament? Is it, there are pluses and minuses, and pretty much if you fill the ledger sheet, you can probably come up with the same number of pluses as minuses. So where do you kind of fall in on that now going through it?
I was a little indifferent when we met last spring. I remember Coach Workman making a suggestion of us playing 3 games, and my mom was like, I'm definitely not doing that. But then when you think about it, we just did that.
Just did
it. Literally what we just did with the district tournament. So I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of leaning, if you ask me to vote, I'm going to vote to get rid of it for a few reasons, some of them financial.
Well, you all hosted the tournament, so you would know that financial.
Yeah. And, we had decent crowds a couple days, but they weren't great. I think when you have a region tournament, I think you would have huge crowds each night. And just, so yeah, if I had to vote right now, I would say I would lean towards getting rid of it.
One thing that I've seen with those districts that are playing a region tournament, 4 games on Friday and 4 on Saturday is tough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough.
It is. It is. But I think when you, like I said, if you get rid of that district, you give yourself a little leeway to kind of spread things out, possibly. You just got some options to work with for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's an interesting conundrum that we're in, and I guess the biggest thing that I can see coming from it is if you do play 3 games or however you decide to do that, that does reward the team that finishes first in the regular season in the grind that takes months versus the team that maybe is hot right at that moment and can come out of a tournament.
That is true. Me and my AD, we talked about this, and we talked about the other district of Rockville and Oakland, and thinking Rockville being a fairly new school, and those kids getting the opportunity to play for a district championship, whereas if you didn't have it, that wouldn't be the case. Or even looking at Oakland, thinking about how they started their season, and now they're hot, and they got a chance to go on the run and win the district championship. So, that's something you have to think about as well. So, it's hard to just completely say get rid of it because you have those type of storylines that you would lose. So it's something to really, truly think about.
Well, the tournament for you was heartbreaking, I guess. I mean, you look at it, and you may be talking about a handful of possessions in 2 games, and it's a different outcome.
I mean, we I think we got up 6 on Stewart's Creek third quarter, and it was back and forth in that fourth quarter, and had a chance to put ourselves in that championship game. And then you look at the Laverne game, we're up 14, I think, at one point, and it was a slow grind, and they just worked their way back into the game. And hats off to those guys; they just kept fighting and never quit. But like I said, we were very close to having ourselves playing it for a district championship for the first time, and God, I don't know how long, if that's ever even happened at Smyrna. So we were looking at possibly making some history, but didn't quite take care of business.
I mean but it goes to the games come one at a time, and it was that first game against Stewart's Creek. I mean, we're talking about something totally different this morning, and where you're playing and who you're playing.
Absolutely.
If you win that game, and then the same in the consolation game, I understand too. But let me just give you the scores here. 64-59 lost to Stewart's Creek, and then it was 69-65.
Right. And so when you don't take care of business, you get to go play the hottest team in the county. So
but that's kind of been what Smyrna's had to do all year.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yes, for sure. I mean, we have not made our jobs easy at all. People tell us all the time how good we can be, and I'm trying to get the guys to understand that, but it's not just, it sounds good on paper, or looks good on paper, but you got to go out and make it happen. And so just kind of really grinding and pushing those buttons and getting those guys to understand that you have to empty the tank. And like one of the things I've taught them this week, this is a 1-game season. We're not talking about Tuesday. Today is it. We're gonna put all our eggs in the basket for today, and then we'll go shopping again tomorrow, hopefully for a new group of eggs.
Well, there is no Tuesday without a Saturday.
Right, absolutely. So, I mean, you got to take care of business today. You got to be locked in and focused.
It's the first time this season that any teams that are playing in from our district, at least tonight, are facing an elimination, because the district tournament was an elimination. So, and many times that is the first tournament that is, but it's the region first round quarters that is the first time you face either win or go home.
And I'll be honest, I think part of our issue has been, looking at our season, we had finished with a winning season, regular season, for the first time in 10 years. We got to the point where we knew, regardless of what happened in the tournament, we're going to finish at least 500. It was the first time in 10 years. And I think our guys knew that and kind of let that get in their way of what they really wanted to do. But now, talking to some people, and they say, hey, everybody's 0-0 at this point. So it's a new season, and you just got to go win the season today.
Just some stats from the last couple of games. Corey Daniels, Jr., 26 points, 6 threes for you guys. Caden Matthews had 18 in the consolation game, and gosh, he had 18, I think, in the
18
first round
games.
game.
Yep.
So good tournament for you guys.
Yeah. We got, like I said, we got some guys, some individuals. People tend to talk about Caden, and rightfully so, and people talk about Jan, rightfully so. But we've got some other guys who can step up and put it in the bucket as well. So, if you want to just key on those 2 guys, good luck with that.
Yeah. Well, we want to highlight those kids this morning from SRM Concrete, locally grown, nationally known, our solid performers for Smyrna, and you're going to need that solid performance tonight against, I don't know, look up and down or across the state, maybe one of the hotter teams that's playing 4A boys basketball.
Absolutely. He says it's a marathon, not a sprint, and you can see they've bought into that. And 9 games in a row. Our job is to figure out how to put a stop to it. I know they're going to bring their best shot, and they're going to be well coached and ready to go, and we're going to be well coached and ready to go as well. It's just going to be who's going to go execute the best.
That you've got the horses to play with anybody, though.
Absolutely. And it's just a matter of those guys. Like I said, it's a 1-game season. I think they've bought into it. We've had a good week of practice. Guys have been locked in and focused during film. Guys have been asking questions. How do I do this? How do I defend in this situation? What should I do here? So I think the focus has been better than it has been all year. So I'm excited about tonight. My wife asked me if I was nervous. I told her I wasn't. You know, what's going to happen is what's going to happen, but I think we're ready to go for sure.
Well, good luck tonight, and maybe we'll see you next week, hopefully so, and playing some ball. We're saying that to everybody, so you know how that goes.
Yeah.
But, you know, one game comes down to tonight. I hope folks will come out. If you're a Smyrna fan, you need to be at Oakland tonight. It's going to be 6 o'clock, right?
6 o'clock.
Okay, so 6 o'clock tonight at Oakland High School. Omar, it's been a pleasure talking this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Omar Smith joining us, the head coach of the Smyrna Bulldogs here on the Coach's Show, brought to you by Sir Pizza. Their 3 Murfreesboro locations offer a huge selection of mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, and wings. Order your favorite online at sirpizzatn.com.